YouTube and welcome back. First of all, I want to apologise for the lighting. It is a little getting a little bit dim in here, but I should have really filmed this earlier on. But never mind, we'll crack on. But today I want to talk about a certain handheld. Now this is kind of a video response to Sean from the Pompey Games Room, and he's recently done a video about the, let me just get this right, the Sega MegaDrive Arcade Ultimate Portable. Now you've probably seen these floating around on the internet. I think in the UK, I think Blaze or at Games, I think they cover them. Plenty of reviews out there, and he talked about the one that you could put an SD card in and you could load it with ROMs, your Genesis ROMs or your MegaDrive ROMs. And he did like a top 4. I'll pop a link below to his video. And number 1 was an iPhone. He picked his iPhone. Now I've got a few MegaDrive games on my iPhone, and you know it's great to play. You've always got your phone with you, so why not? But no, there are other options out there, and well, that's what I'm going to talk about today. So we'll make a start, and straight away I can tell you that it's not the PS Vita, so we'll get rid of that. It is in fact a console that he showed already on his video. I'll show you mine. There we go. It's the Sega Genesis Nomad. Apologies for the glare, and again the lighting a little bit dark, but it's a Genesis Nomad. Now these were released in North America in about '95, I think, so they came out pretty much at the end of the system's life, the Mega Drive's life. They're not ultra rare, they're quite easy to find on eBay, and you probably get a working one for £150, £200. Sometimes they come in bundles. You get ones cheaper with a bit of damage on, or mainly the screen. They suffer with the screens. Now these screens have not aged that well over the years, and probably at the time they were really nice screens. But if you've ever played on a Game Gear, they've really deteriorated over time, and they suffer from screen burn and ghosting and just general blurriness. Now I can't really show you because the one in front of the camera has been modified. It's got a new 3.5 inch LCD screen. Now if you go back through my videos, probably about, it must be 2 years ago now, I've posted a couple of videos up on YouTube about ones that I've modified, because I spent quite a bit of time, quite a bit of money, and a lot of trial and error screen modding Nomads. It was like a business venture that never really took off. I used to buy Nomads, cheap Nomads that I could find that weren't working or whatever, and I used to put new screens in. And the screens I got were out of reverse cameras from cars from China, and you'll probably see in various videos they come up in the top right hand corner with AV1 in green when you first turn them on, and that's what I used to fit. But the trial and error part comes into play when I used to order a screen from the same seller. I always used to get a different screen. It used to be a different resolution, different packaging. The actual the actual reversing camera itself was different. So I did 2 or 3 and I sold them, and they just took a lot of time and they were quite fiddly to do, and basically just hot glue them in. So it's not the most professional way of doing it, but you know, it were some old school home modding, so to speak. I think one of my videos, in fact I bought one from America because I sold all the ones I did, and I had a very nice condition Nomad, nicer than this one in fact, and I just couldn't bear to rip the screen out, and the original screen wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad compared to the other ones, so I decided to keep it. In the end I sold it, so I was without a Nomad, and I saw one in America for like, I think it was like £80, already been done, screen modded, so I got that sent over. And I think in the video I show you pressing the volume scroll wheel, and I had Sonic on and it was just making him jump, and every time you pressed on the casing it was just doing weird things. And we had a big long battle, and I think I got ripped off actually. I don't think I got any money back. Yeah, I got shafted big time with that one. But anyway, this one today, so fast forwarding to 2015, this is my new Genesis Nomad with the new screen in, and this screen's slightly different because it's not a reversing camera screen. I'm not sure exactly where it's from. It's from America. I've took my chances and I've bought another one from America, and I'll probably try and put some pictures up if I can, and try and edit those in. But if you took the casing off if you strip this down, the original screen is housed in a metal housing, and what people do, you cut that off the board, and then you get a reverse camera screen. You hot glue that into the casing. But what this chap's done is slotted the LCD screen into the metal housing, so everything's standard and stock, and it's a lot nicer mod. So that's what he's done. Now I will show you it up and running. So let's put Sonic 2 in. Now, if you didn't know, these, unlike the Game Gear, there's no battery compartment. You can see those contacts in the middle there. You've got to attach your own battery compartment. Now I've got a selection of these, which I'll show you. Now these two, try and get this in shot. It's quite hard to film on a tripod, leaning over, but I'll carry on. These two here are the Sega Power Back. Now they're all official Sega products. These are, I believe, let me have a look, I think they're about a 9-volt rechargeable battery pack. It doesn't say the voltage, but they're just basically AA batteries inside there, rechargeable batteries, and you could charge them up and attach them onto the back of your Nomad. And they were great, they were quite good, because obviously these are known for eating batteries, and they do eat batteries. So I've got two of these. Now the first one, let me just crack it open. Not that one, this one. I'll try and show you. I'm going to do this. Try and get my hand around the tripod. Just open that up, and as you can see, that's the original battery inside. It's got a little charging circuit. Now these batteries are knackered. You probably can't see that on camera, but they're all corroded, and they don't accept a charge, and they just smell. And well, I've not plugged it in for a few years now, and they're an absolute pleasure trying to open one of these up, because they glue them right on these seams here. Get that in shot. But no, that's one that's it needs to be modded. That's one from a couple of years ago. So there we go. And now I've got another one. Now this one's a lot lighter. Now you can't tell that because you're watching a video, but I'll just open it up. Now this is the one I did a few years ago, and I've ripped the old batteries out, and I've replaced it with a camcorder battery, a Sony camcorder battery, and I've took the charging circuit from the camcorder battery charger, and I've built that into there, and I've wired it up to the LED, and it's all hot glued in, and it's all rough and ready, but it still works. And I always planned on getting another Nomad, so every now and again I'd charge it up just to keep on top of it. So I do need to do another one. I do need to modify that one at some point. Now, I think when I had one of my modded Nomads with the screen, I think this would provide about 6 hours worth of playtime. Now, I've not tested it since, but I've played for a good 2 hours or so, and it's been fine. So that's that. And then finally, this is slightly slimmer battery pack. This just accepts normal AA batteries. Now I've got some fancy, I think the Panasonic Anyloop Pros, and apparently these are the best. So I've been told and so I've read. These are the best AA rechargeable batteries on the market. So, and I've got a charger for that, I'll probably show that in another video. So that's the power packs. So we'll just attach which one's which. It's that one because it's lighter. We'll attach that. Hopefully this is coming up on okay on camera. We'll attach that to the back of the Nomad, like so, and we will turn it on. Now I'll just switch off the manual focus. There we go, a bit of Sonic. Now it's probably hard to tell just how good it looks. You've really got to see it in real life. But the screen it's very nice, it's very colourful, vibrant. Again, I can't show you an original one because I've not got one, but there's plenty of videos online. Now, as far as I know, it's using the composite signal from the Nomad's board to display the picture. And it's certainly very playable compared to what it was before. Sorry, I'm just playing Sonic. Now the only downside I've noticed, and I've talked to the seller about this, if you look to the right you can see a blue border. Now this is quite noticeable because I'm playing Sonic, but I'll show you some different games with black borders and you don't really tend to notice it. But it looks as though the screen's slightly to the left. But I've spoke to the seller and he says that's how it is. That's how he's inserted the screen into the housing. I probably will just take it to bits in the future just to have a look myself. He said you can't put it any more to the right. So yeah, I did kind of notice that. But nevertheless, you can still play it. Now I'll show you my MegaDrive. It's still in its tatty case. It's electrician's tape on the sides holding it together. And turn it on. And then we'll pop a game on. What can I show you? Something with a black background. Should we try Cheeky Cheeky Boys? I like that. Hopefully ROM will be okay. No, it's in Japanese. So we'll just quickly start it. Yeah, so looking to the right of the picture, it's not really noticeable because it's got a black background, black border. So, oh, I'm getting killed. Great game this. Not that I've played it for some time, but yeah. So that's that is my Sega Genesis Nomad with its new 3.5 screen. And like I said before, I probably will do an update video where I've just quickly took the screws out and I'll probably show you what it's done inside. And I'll see if I can slightly move that to the right. If I can't, then you know, I'll just have to live with it. But it's certainly an improvement of what I can remember, because I can't compare it to one because I've not got an original one. And I do plan on doing a battery mod. Will that focus? A battery mod on the Sega Powerback case. Get rid of these old batteries inside. And yeah, that's about it. So that is the Sega Nomad. Obviously it's massive, it's huge, and it weighs an absolute ton, especially when you've got this battery pack on the back. You can use a MegaDrive 2 AC adapter, and you can just play it on the mains. But I just bought it really just to go on holiday with. You know, when I'm in the UK, I can just take it with me, and got my MegaDrive now, so I can just play any MegaDrive game virtually on the go. You know, on genuine hardware, not my iPhone, because yeah, I'm into my hardware, so that's why I bought it really. Probably not the most practical thing, but then again, it's something different, isn't it? It's it's alright, it's alright. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully the video's been okay. I've had to mess around with the focus, and the lighting's a bit poor. I suppose this is part 1 of the handhelds. I've got another handheld to show, but that's going to be part 2. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you later on.